Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. We have a lot of weather to talk about with severe weather, snowfall, and some really cold air that's coming in this Thanksgiving. So let's get right into it. First, looking at the jet stream on the GFS models. There is a low pressure system over there in the southwest. That's bringing some severe weather today in the western Texas area. We'll get much into that later in the video. And then more severe weather is expected on Monday, tomorrow. Again, we'll get much into that later in the video. And then you can start seeing a little bit of a dip in the jet stream coming, which is going to cause some really cold air to come in. You can see it strengthening right there, and that's going to bring some really cold air, and it's not going to last for like 1 or 2 days. It's going to last a long time with the risk for some severe weather and some snowfall. We are going to get into the radar and all that, but first we're looking at this, and then you can see that jet stream really starting to dip down. That's going to bring some extremely cold air and really just sharp temperature change. Now we're looking at some of the radar. You can see some of those storms moving in the western Texas. Those are going to move out of the area, and then more severe weather is expected in Arkansas, Louisiana, New Orleans. You are in this. I just circled it. So yeah, all threats are possible for Monday in southern Arkansas and Louisiana. Sorry guys. And some more thunderstorms are possible in the eastern United States, and then some snow flurries are actually a possibility in the northern United States, and some rainfall and severe storms are expected or possible, because this is pretty far out, so it's not like it's actually gonna happen. But yeah, severe storms are possible in the eastern United States, and then it looks like a hurricane's gonna move through New Orleans, but it's real far out. It's probably just guessing at this point, so it's probably not going to happen. And then the atmospheric river continues up in the Pacific Northwest. Now we're moving on to temperatures. It's going to stay pretty warm over the central United States, and then a cold front is going to come through, and this is going to last like a long time. So yeah, warm air in there, and there's kind of just going to cold front's going to start to move in. But yeah, really high temperatures in the southeastern United States. Florida, it's getting a little cooler down there. And then a cold front's going to move through. It's not that intense at first, especially for southern Texas and New Orleans and all those places. But it is going to intensify fast. That's kind of going to move through with some of that colder air in the northeast, and then warmer is going to start coming in again, a little warm up before this massive cold front that's going to come in. Record lows. It's just like a really sharp difference. So this is something to watch out for. It's not like it's going to happen, but this is looking pretty. In my last one of my last videos, we were mentioning this, but this is looking absolutely crazy. And then as you move on into the future, it's hard to tell what exactly is going to happen, but that's the main thing that we're looking at, that there can be a tornado outbreak, or in that warm area, record-breaking highs, and then record-breaking lows with like not even that far away, literally like probably 100 miles difference. So it's crazy. And now we're looking at Cape. You see how that little sliver of Cape that's coming into southern Arkansas is bringing that much of severe weather that I was talking about. So you don't need a lot of Cape when you have all these other ingredients. That's why when there's so much Cape, like way more than you need, it gets pretty intense. Then all that Cape's gonna kind of go away. Not even Florida will have a lot of it, and then some more will build up, and then it kind of becomes more and more uncertain. Now we're going to the severe weather risk. This is the day 1 outlook. There's a slight risk of severe weather. There are already a couple of showers and thunderstorms forming in the Texas Panhandle. There is actually a special weather statement for the western Texas Panhandle, and then you got that slight risk of severe weather, and then a marginal risk surrounding it. So if you live in this that green circle, be aware because severe weather is possible, especially if you live in a slight risk of severe weather, which is a yellow box. We are going to go to the day 2 outlook, which is looking a lot more intense. This is the tornado risk for today. It's not that high. We can see a tornado warning or two. It's not that much though. Yeah, much of those areas that I just circled. Hang on. I'm gonna look at locations on this. Yeah, let's look at the wind risk. There is no wind risk. There is a hail risk. Hail is the main threat here. We can see some pretty large hail, golf ball to baseball size hail. There's a 15% risk for that in western Texas, west central Texas. Not necessarily northwestern Texas, but those areas. I'm trying to turn on. Oh, I'm going to turn on. We're going to see the cities, roads, and all that here in a little bit. This includes places like Odessa, maybe. Places like Big Spring, Post, and those places. We are going to change to the excessive rainfall risk, which is much expanded by a lot. San Angelo, hopefully I'm maybe spelling that right, right in there. You're in the 5% hail risk. Yeah, the hail risk is the highest threat. So just letting you know. Yeah, baseball size hail. So make sure protect your cars if you live here. But the day 2 outlook is it's looking like a higher tornado risk. Yeah, here it is. We are going to change to the excessive rainfall risk. That's much expanded farther north. This includes places like Houston. It barely goes up into Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, all those places. Those are some big cities in this. Yeah, slight risk of excessive rainfall, so flooding is a possibility. So you definitely want to watch out for that. Austin and San Antonio, you guys are right on the edge of this marginal risk of excessive rainfall, so it's not going to be that bad there. But there is a slight risk of excessive rainfall in the day 2 outlook. This is the normal one. Alright, now we're going to the day 2 outlook, like we've been waiting for. Here we go. So there's a slight risk of severe weather for New Orleans, almost all of northern Louisiana and southern Arkansas. There is a 5% tornado risk. We can see a couple of tornado warnings. It is possible that we see a 10% tornado risk. I wouldn't be very surprised if that happened. There is a 15% hail risk and wind risk, followed by a slight risk of excessive rainfall. Now we're going to future radar. There is actually some dense fog advisories for central Oklahoma. There's a flood watch for the northern Texas area. Yeah, that dense fog advisory goes all the way up into Springfield, Columbia, all the way up into Kansas City, St. Louis. There's a separate one near Nashville. These will expire pretty soon. So, alright, now let's get into future radar. I'm going to change it. Alright, here's future radar. So around 3:30, a couple of thunderstorms will start developing, and we can see some large hail threat. The thing is, there are literally like supercell thunderstorms, all that, but tornadoes, there's just not enough wind shear, and not all the ingredients are there for tornadoes, but tomorrow there will be. The higher flood risk will exist in near Wichita Falls, Oklahoma City, and then back south of that, there's going to be some of those stronger thunderstorms that can bring some hail. In the middle of my video, they updated the slight risk of severe weather. They extended it a little farther south. Still 2% tornado risk, 5% the wind risk, and 15% hail risk. Let's take a look at this hurricane that's making landfall on Australia, sorry, not hurricane, it's a tropical storm. Here's satellite imagery. You can kind of see an eye right there. This is another one, color enhanced clouds. So yeah, there you go. That's a tropical storm that is hitting northern Australia. It is affecting the Philippines and all those areas. And yeah, that's about it for today, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for more updates as we head on into the month of December.